two friends, two time zones, and a shared love of stories.
I'm Freya.
And I'm Jamie.
Bridging time zones one chapter at a time.
Welcome to Once Upon a Time Zone. Hi everyone, welcome back to Once Upon a Time Zone. It's our favorite time of the month. It's June reading recap, plus next month's new releases. Yeah.
Sounded like an intro to like a TV or something today. It's June reading recap.
Why am I so announcery today? Like, it's time. Wow, great start, you guys. Welcome. Happy Friday. So happy you're here. You guys know the drill. We're going to be recapping our previous month of reading, doing our look-aheads to next month, and we have some bookish news, as always, to catch up with, to start with today. But before we get into everything, current reads, Freya, what are you currently reading?
I'm actually in the middle of like picking up a new book at the moment, and I'm not sure whether to go for Daughter of No World. It's been on my TBR for ages. And then I also want to pick up The Somewhere Garden by Ashley Poston. So
Ooh.
I'm like, I'm tossing up. I think I'm going to read both of them before I go anyway. But I'm just like, I don't know. Am I in the mood for another fantasy? I feel like I'm kind of in the mood for like an Ashley Poston just because it's so little and cute and it will just,
It's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, like a different bit of a change of pace. I haven't read a like magic realism romance in a long time as well. So I'm like, that could be really cute to pick up. So kind of tossing up between those two. I know you've loved Ashley Poston, like her newest release. You said it was very cute and whimsy.
It's very good if you just want something that's like nice and fun.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not one to like think about too much.
Yeah.
Like it didn't affect me too deeply, but it was like perfect for the time I needed it. I feel like it's that type of book. Like, if you've just come off a really intense read, whether it was mentally intense or emotionally intense, then the Someday Garden was great. Is great for that. This is such a weird start to this episode, you guys. I don't know. We were just saying before we hit record that like we're in such weird moods right now. It's a weird feeling day.
I feel like it's just when you switch onto autopilot when you've been like, you know, just like you've got things to get done and you're so tired, but also like you're excited for things and blah, blah. Like I love podcasts it's every few mornings. I was going to say every week, but like I love them, but it's just kind of like I'm on autopilot. I'm just like,
I know.
And I just am making the little mistakes someone would make on autopilot.
Yeah, just to catch everyone up because, we've been warning. You're going to hear us say this in the next couple episodes over and over and over again, but we've been kind of recording our podcast episodes a little bit out of order, and we've also been doing them like every 2 or 3 days because Freya is going on a wonderful vacation for the next 3 weeks, and to make sure we have podcast episodes for you guys every Friday while Freya's away, we have been recording so many episodes in the month of June. So that's definitely why we're a little scrambled right now. And over the next few episodes, we'll just continue to remind you that our timelines are weird for the next few episodes. Yeah. So just be warned, be prepared for that. But Freya's going to have a really, really lovely July, you guys. And I'm just going to be at home.
Well, Jamie gets like a little break because she's been like max editing at the moment with
which I didn't have to, but like we've been recording podcasts every few days, so I'm like, I'll just edit them all, get them done, and then in July we're just gonna have a little podcast vacation, but we'll still be here for you guys every week.
Guys won't even hopefully notice.
You won't even know. Yeah, you won't even miss us. If we didn't tell you this was happening, you wouldn't even know.
Literally, we just feel the need to remind you every single episode. No, I
literally.
was literally like, as I was seeing my current reads, I was like, wait, where am I up to? Like, when is this one coming out? And I'm like, you guys are going to be so confused. But yeah, what are you currently reading?
Getting back on track. I'm actually getting a little start into our July book club read, which I guess is also a great segue into announcing that our Patreon long distance book club read for July is Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. This one I think is going to be a great one to read together and talk about because it's just, one of those that, I mean, I've heard it really breaks your brain. Most of, I've read 2 Blake Crouches so far, and both of them, Recursion and Upgrade, have kind of broken my brain a little bit in different ways. So I'm excited. I've just started. I'm on like chapter 2. But so far, very good, very exciting. It feels very visceral, this one. Like very in the moment, very thrillery, very, just high stakes, suspenseful. I really like it so far. The premise of it is our protagonist basically gets kidnapped, and then he wakes up and has a complete different life, basically. Like, his wife is not his wife. His kid doesn't exist. And there was this whole thing before he got knocked out. This is not a spoiler. It's in the synopsis. Where they were like, are you happy with your life? And, like, that's kind of the last thing they said to him before they knocked him out. And he woke up in this new life. So it's kind of, I think, a comparison between his old life where he had to settle career-wise and then his new life where he has all of his kind of successes, but his, like, personal life is different. I have no idea what's going on at the moment in chapter 2. I'm just like, it's one of those, but in a good way where I'm like, I want to keep reading and find out. So that's what I'm currently reading, and that's also our book club read for this month.
That's so exciting. I'm so excited to get into this one because I feel like, Recursion just played with your brain. I don't know how he has so many books and all of them have like this ridiculously trippy synopsis. And I'm like, how do you write that many books with that many like questioning reality basically?
Yeah, it's strange because I feel like the initial premise of this one sounds kind of like Recursion because there is the idea kind of a second life and then memories of another life. So that feels the same, but I feel like the context of it and the explanation for it in this one will be very different. I mean, I hope so. Like, I hope it's not just not another Recursion, which I don't expect it to be, but the feeling of that is kind of similar, like a play on an alternate life or like memories of an alternate life and how that kind of affects you and your brain and your mood. So, I don't know. I'm excited to dive in more. It's a quick read so far, too. It's like classic Blake Crouch writing. You just like power through it.
Yeah. I feel like I was so scared to get into his books, and I guess anyone who is a little bit intimidated by this one, I feel like I was so scared for a while to get into his books because I was like, they're sci-fi books, they're so outside my comfort zone, they're such confusing topics, but his writing does make it really easy.
Yeah.
Like, you really just get immersed in it within within a chapter, really, within a few pages. So, little PSA. You'll be okay. If I can do it, so can you guys.
If we can do it, you can do it. Great motto. Okay, getting into some book news. First of all, very exciting. This is news on the new Lord of the Rings movie, that is The Hunt for Gollum. And fun news is that Anya Taylor-Joy has joined the cast to play the perfect role, perfectly made for her. She is going to be a woodland elf. And she's going to be acting alongside Lee Pace. The two of them together?
Yeah, literally elves. Like, they're the human. Yeah, I feel like when Tolkien was writing about elves, he was probably picturing something similar to them.
Yeah, like I have never seen more elven humans than those two.
That's so exciting. This is an insane cast.
I know. It's like it just keeps getting better. The more they announce, the more it keeps getting better, which is actually great because I feel like with some of the recent casting announcements that have kind of caused some anger and outrage, it's nice to see that this casting for this movie for the most part has been like had positive reception, and it's just getting us more excited as it goes.
So excited. They'll all just like, I think they'll all take, I don't know, they all just are such committed actors. They'll all take such a great approach to these characters. I'm just so confused though, because it's like, I don't really know this story. Like, I don't know what, like, is
Yeah.
it based, I'm guessing it's based off Tolkien's, like, scripts and stuff and, like, research, I'm guessing. Because, I mean,
think
he has so
so.
much.
There's so much. Because, like, yeah, this era in time was kind of mentioned and summarized, I want to say, in the books, or in the main books, I guess I should say. But yeah, there's definitely some other lore that Tolkien has written that they're taking this story from. Yeah, it's definitely canon. I think. I hope.
Yeah, I think
I don't think
Yeah.
Andy Serkis would just make up stuff just to make up stuff.
It would just be like, putting that story together, it would be like you'd be intensely researching everything. Like, it would be, that's a whole task in itself.
So much reading.
The backlog.
Just reading through everything and writing notes and probably making spreadsheets and stuff. I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know what goes on. But yeah, that's so exciting. In other news, new book announcement. Ashley Poston, speaking of Ashley Poston, is writing a fantasy duology. So she's straying away from her magical realism romances, and she is writing a new release coming out March 2027, so next year, but early next year, and it's called Elodie and the Dark Lord. And it's about a magicless librarian who must infiltrate a magical academy to save her brother. Like,
So good.
so good. Like, it doesn't sound like anything too unique or creative, but I feel like that, like, first of all, the save your brother trope, I feel like we all kind of just love for some reason. Like, has it been overdone? Yeah. But does it work every time? Also, yeah.
It's a really good, like spark for a fun plot.
Yeah, it's like, it's good motivation when you have to, like, save a sibling, I think. It just, like, gives you stakes. And then Magical Academy. So, we love.
And I feel like Ashley Poston will write a Magical Academy really, really well.
Yes. So true.
So exciting.
So true. I wonder, like, what tone this will be. If it'll be kind of a lighter academia or if it'll be a darker academia. Because I've never seen her write anything dark adjacent. So I'm like, is this going to feel like a cozy magical academy or is it going to be dark?
I have no idea, actually.
Yeah.
That'll be so interesting. I'm excited to hear more about it as well. But I mean, it feels so long away at the moment, but
I know, but March isn't that far off. Like, it's
going
to come faster than we know.
Oh, that's scary.
We've already passed solstice. We were just talking about that. We're past the halfway point of this year.
Yeah, that is a little bit scary.
That is scary. Yeah, that's exciting though, and it's a duology. It's not just a standalone.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get 2 of them. Fun.
That's so exciting.
Yeah. I guess another thing we want to talk about, or I want to talk about, is the DCCs. And by DCCs, I don't mean Dungeon Crawler Carl.
I was about to say, there's 2 interpretations of this.
Yeah. Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders, the other DCCs, because America's Sweethearts, I think is what the show's actually called.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I just called the DCC show.
Yes, same.
Yeah. That just came out, season 3 on Netflix. So I've been watching it. I know you've been watching it too, Freya. I think I'm on episode 3. So I'm like not that far in yet. Still have ways to go, but just, I guess, I wanted to chat about thoughts.
I did end up finishing it. I started it like on the day that it came out, so I did finish it recently. I actually really liked it. At the beginning, I was like, oh, there's a few of like, I don't know, it felt like there's a little bit more tension this season. Like, it felt like the stakes were kind of higher because they only had 6 positions for rookies to fill, which is crazy when you think about the amount of auditions they got. Mm-hmm. That's insane. But I really liked it. And I mean, I don't want to say too much because, like, obviously you're only the first few in, but I do love, they just seem like a very wholesome group of girls. And in a setting like that, it really almost surprises me. I'm like, you all seem like you're so supportive of each other. And like, whenever I've been in, not that I've been a cheerleader, but I guess like dance settings and stuff, it's like so not that when I was in it. So I'm just like, it's so nice to see just like girlhood
Did you all like hate each other?
Yeah, it was like competitive.
Really?
And it was like, well, it was just like, I don't know. There was just like underlying tones to everything, if you know what I mean. Like you weren't really, no one was really genuine. And I'm like, oh, it's really nice to see everyone in an environment where you all are really, well, looks like you're really genuine.
I mean, okay, so I have a big dance background too, and like I feel like at my studio it was kind of like that. Like we were all friends, but there was definitely an underlying tension of like, oh, like why did she get the solo, or like why did she get the duet with the boy? Because that was rare at the time. But I will say, because I did dance team at my university too, I think that felt honestly pretty similar to what I'm seeing with the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, probably on a smaller scale because like we were not as intense as they were, but it was very much like, yeah, like a family, a girl group. We were all there to support one another. And so it was cute, but also like I can relate to the positive stuff, but also some of the pressures and negative stuff too, because in fourth year, I was captain of the team. And so just kind of seeing some of them, like how they step into that role and then like how they really observe each other and kind of like need to try and keep the peace and, you know, moderate and stuff like that. I could definitely relate to that. And also with the audition process, like we didn't have separate coaches or like, you know, people running the team. It was just the captains. Like it was co-captains, so two captains every year ran our own team ourselves. And so I had to be the one to run auditions. I had to be the one to like cut people. Oh. And I think a lot of what I'm seeing in this season in particular of like cutting people that you don't want to cut, you know, like people that you have emotional ties with already, like you know them, you're rooting for them and you know they're auditioning, but like sometimes it's like you have to do what's best for the team and you have to cut people that you personally like and personally have a connection with. I had to do that in my fourth year as co-captain and it sucked. It sucked so much. Like, and it was so, because like usually when we cut people, like it wasn't as intense. So like we would usually just kind of send emails to most people to cut them. But then there were a few people that I personally knew that I was like, I can't just cut you through an email. Like, I can't. So then I'd have to call them. And those calls were tough. Like, and I'm bad on the phone as it is. So needing to go through that on the phone was probably the worst experience of being a captain. Like everything else was great mostly, but that part was tough. So whenever, in the show, you see them like needing to cut people that have, you know, they're emotionally tied to, that affected me because I'm like, oh, I know how that feels. I also know what it feels like to be cut because like I've been cut from other things too. So like both sides,
industry,
I'm like, it just sucks for everyone, but it's a part of the life, I guess.
I just like can't get over the fact because I feel like I don't understand sports very well. So it's crazy to me that these like this incredible dance team and like some of the best dancers in like I want to say Texas, but honestly at this point like America and stuff like
and Australia
and Australia apparently. Which by the way I love Faith. She's so much fun. But it just like this serious, I don't know, I just can't imagine like the fact that they cheer for a different team, like they're like technically the support for the team, and I'm like that's crazy because I feel like now people are just traveling to see the Dallas Cowboys so that they can see the cheerleaders.
I feel like that's kind of like with sports too. It's like people on teams are just kind of drafted to teams now and they don't actually live there. Like they're not actually from there. It's so weird. I'm like, what?
I'm so foreign to the sporting world. Every sport.
Yeah, like the World Cup is going on right now, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
Austin's obsessed with that. That is what we're going to be doing in London. We're going to be going to like every pub that's screening it, and I'll just sit there smiling because I don't know what's going on.
Like, yay!
Like, are we going for this one?
No, literally. It's like, what team are we cheering for now? I usually
I
just
just
pick the
judge
one
them.
with like the nicer colors.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I judge them by the jersey.
I'm like, oh, that's a nice shade of blue. I'm gonna cheer
And
for
then when you say
them.
the wrong team, when you're like, oh, I like theirs. And then it's like, shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have said
Yeah.
that.
Now you're everyone's enemy.
Yeah. Anyway, should we jump into our June reading month?
Yeah, what month are we in?
Yeah, I'm like, hang on a second.
I'm so confused. Okay, do you want to start? How was your month?
Yeah. It was good. I feel like I had a very even distribution of like really good reads and then really just okay reads that I feel like had a lot of potential and they just weren't living up to it. So obviously I continued the Stormlight Archive with Rhythm of War. That was amazing, but oh my God, Jenny, did you see my reading vlog where a page fell out of the book?
Yes.
I literally
Okay.
thought of you when that happened.
You know what? Which one is it? Words of Radiance. I have pages falling out too.
The binding is like hanging on for dear God. It just like cannot deal with
chunks.
it.
Yeah, just like falling out. I just stuffed them back in. So that's what I did with mine.
That's what I did. I was like, oh. But yeah, Words of Radiance. I mean, no, not Words of Radiance. Rhythm of War was read, done. I actually read that one in a week and it was a bit of a feat. I had to like push myself to, because like, I feel like I was really enjoying it for the first like 500, 600 pages. I was like, I love being back with our characters. I'm really enjoying all this. But then there was like this section of like a few hundred pages where we were very much focusing on characters that I didn't care as much about.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of just like, I was like, I'm sure this has a lot of like, you need to know this information. Yeah, later in the book or later in the last book, but I'm just not interested in them as much. It's like I want to get back to Kaladin. I want to get back to Adalyn. Like I want to get back to my core characters. And yeah, we were just kind of focusing on different ones. And I also found interesting that in this book, no matter how long it was, the interludes were a lot shorter, I found. I'm used to the interludes being like 100 pages in themselves or just under, but they were like really, really short. So every time I was like, oh, well, change of pace. I'll get to see something new. They're kind of over in a second. And I was like, oh, okay.
I think I found, this one was the rare Stormlight book where I was kind of maybe looking forward to the interludes. Like they were more exciting than the main characters we were following. And I was like, oh, this isn't a good sign if I'm like excited for the interludes.
Exactly. So yeah, I feel like that one came with a lot of highlights, but I guess there were a few little lows just in having to push through. Obviously, finally on the Red Rising train, guys, that's a massive highlight for me. So excited about this. I truly didn't think it was going to be a 5-star read until like the last 100 pages and even until the last chapter. I was like, no, this is really good. Like, I'm definitely enjoying it now and I definitely want to continue the series. But I was like, but I don't think it's like that crazy to what everyone was saying. Like, why were you all warning me? Talk about leaving things to the last minute. That was crazy. And I feel like I'm definitely becoming a lot more connected to our characters. One thing, I said this in my reading vlog, one thing I'm really struggling with is picturing the world. I struggle to picture sci-fi worlds.
Yes. Okay.
I'm like,
what I did with this, because after the second book, Golden Sun, which is the one you're on, I was the same thing. I gave it a 4.75 because I'm like, this was honestly the perfect book, but I still just like especially in like action scenes, I was like, I can't picture what's going on because I'm like, what shoots things, what slices things, what's like, I was just so confused. You just have to like take 5 minutes to be like, okay, a sling blade does this and it looks like this. A razor does this and just like go through each little item. And once you have that in your head, everything makes so much more sense.
Okay. Because I will say I definitely did a few Googles. I was like, what? And I had to do that with characters as well. When they would come back in and we hadn't seen them for a while, I was like, oh, who are you again? And then I would just look up a character list and that helped so much. And like going back and referring to that. But yeah, I feel like, I think because you have that element of like the Roman mythology influence. My mind instantly went to like classic kind of fantasy or like older kind of, and then you have spaceships. And I was like, okay, how is this fitting in my mind right now? And I will say it got better towards the end. Like towards the end, I was getting a little bit more used to it, but just the spaceships, I struggled. I had to go from like, we've gone from like this mining, like District 12 type vibe to like them fighting in spaceships. And I was like, and having gravity boots. And I was like, this takes a second.
No, so you'll get used to it. It'll get better. It's like as you get on, like I don't even notice. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm fully in this world now. So, but it's at the end of Golden Sun, I was
definition of sci-fi.
You.
Okay.
Yeah. You're on the exact same path that I was. So like you're fine.
That's good. That's good to know. And then I kind of audiobooks, listen to Liar of Dreams on audio. I like cannot recommend listening to this series on audio enough. The voice actress is insanely good. She does such a good job, and I was just like so immersed so quickly. It's very like we have a lot of like New Orleans accents and classic New York accents, and she does them so well that like you truly think it's a whole cast of characters. So loving that. Is probably the first time I've wanted to listen to an audiobook over reading a physical book. So that was really cool. And just a quick highlight, The Wretched Divine kind of made me start enjoying fantasy again. Like, not fantasy
like romantasy.
Yeah. And not really, I feel like I've always like enjoyed fantasy romance and I'll always have a fun time reading it. But actually getting giddy over the romance is something I haven't felt in a long time. And I was really giddy over this romance. Even though the ending was a bit crazy and we do have like hints of a love triangle, which again, that says it on the blurb. Wasn't very, very present though until like later. So it didn't bother me too much. Love triangles haunt me, I swear. They just...
But some of your favorite books are also love triangles.
Right? I know. It's so conflicting.
Do you love them or do you hate them? We're getting mixed signals.
Probably goes back to my like first time reading Twilight. And I was like, I love you, but I hate you.
Yeah.
I was like, conflicting feelings. But yeah, a lot of highs this month. So yeah, that's good.
Great.
How about you?
Yeah, so I think I've said this in an episode, but I don't think that episode's out yet. I read 17 books in June, which is a little bit of an issue because that means my wrap-up might be 2 hours long if I don't actually try and pick up the pace. So I'm a little scared. I think I'm going to record that tomorrow.
Do a script.
Yeah, no. I'm going to have to like stick to the points, you know?
Yeah. Key points for each book.
It's points.
Like, there was a reading vlog on this one, not going to talk about it.
I don't know how it happened because like I've been reading consistently maybe 12 to 13 books a month for the entire year.
Yeah.
And then in May, I read 15 books and I was like, that was so many books. And then in June, 17 keeps getting higher and I don't want it to get higher. Like I want to go back to my 12 to 13.
I'm going to be ready when you post your wrap up on like TikTok and be in the comments ready to like defend those. There's no way you read 17 books in a month.
Oh,
why is it specifically
for
TikTok
that?
though? Why?
I'm going to get hate. They're going to be like, yeah, you didn't read that many books. I did. I was trying to slow down.
Yeah. I also just feel like somehow they always end up on the very side of TikTok that like people, you're kind of on book talk, but it's more just like you read now and then. You're not actually like invested in book talk. Because I feel like if you are on book talk, 17 books is crazy, but also it's not like, no, you didn't read that.
It's not like unheard of.
Yeah.
Like it happens.
Like, have you met Emmy?
Yeah. Literally. So a lot of books, which means a lot of highs, but yeah, also a lot of, not a lot, but lows. I think I read a lot of 4-star books, which was great. I did have a 5-star and I did have some like, quite a few like 4.5 and above. So that was amazing. But then I did have a couple of like 2-ish stars. So it's like, I feel like just the more books you read, you'll get highs, you'll get lows, you'll just get more range. So In terms of highs, though, some of my favorites this month were The Young Will Remember by Eve J. Chung. This is the historical fiction that I've talked about. I've mentioned it a little bit, but it's like 1950s Korean War. Our protagonist is an American journalist that has been sent overseas. And we follow her as she, endures many, many things. But that was so good. That was my 5-star, actually. And it was great because I've never read Eve J. Chung before, and now I'm obsessed. I actually followed her on Instagram after I read The Young Will Remember, and she followed me back.
Thank you, moment.
I get so happy, like so excited when I get a follow back from authors. I'm like, thank you for blessing me. So that was wonderful. I need to pick up her other book, The Daughters of Shandong, because now I'm obsessed. Also loved Into the Blue by Emma Brodie, which I've also talked about. I need to reread this book. It was so well written. I have not stopped thinking of these characters. It was great. And then I also did read The Ballad of Falling Dragons by Sarah A. Parker, which I think was kind of a little bit of a sneaky hidden read for me because I've mentioned I've read it, but it wasn't actually in a reading vlog or anything. Yeah. It was actually one that I took for myself selfishly. I'm so sorry. But once in a while, I just need to like read a book off camera. Like read a book that I've been anticipating off camera. And so The Ballad of Fallen Dragons was that for me this month. And yeah, it was great. Like I'm so glad lived up. I thought it was better than When the Moon Hatched. Yeah. And I was just so happy that it was amazing. And then my last highlight was I'm in love with the Bone Season series again. And I think that is probably my greatest achievement in this past month because, okay, I just realized, I think I texted you earlier today, but I went back to our very first episode, like official episode of our podcast, and that's where we did our first color quiz. And in that first episode, my current read was book 3 of the Bone Season, and that was a full year ago, you guys. And I just got to book 5 of the Bone Season this past month. So it took me an entire year to read 2 books in this series. And that is just my experience reading the Bone Season series. But I'm like, why have I done this? Because it's just been a detriment to my overall experience, like emotionally reading these books, because when you put that big of a gap between books in a series, you're just not going to be as emotionally invested in the characters. Yeah. And so I was just kind of slogging through books 2 to 4, honestly, kind of riding on the high I got from book 1 because I loved book 1 so much. Mm-hmm. But you guys, book 5, The Dark Mirror, has brought me right back in. Like, right back in. It was so good from the first page to the last page. I'm also so excited to see where book 6 goes because I can't say, but we're kind of traveling. I'll say that. And the place we're traveling to next really excites me for many personal reasons. And that's all the hints that I'll give you.
That's so exciting. Oh my God. It is like good. Really hard with those kind of things because you don't want to like force yourself through a series you're not in the mood for, but you also you also don't want to wait too long because you do like distance yourself subconsciously. I'm feeling that for the Burning God. I'm just too scared though. You terrified me.
At least that one's a standalone though. Oh no, Burning God. Sorry, I thought you said you meant the Burning Side. I'm like, that's a standalone. But yeah, the Burning God is not a standalone. No, you need to do that one. You need to do that one.
I just I didn't want to do it this month because I was doing Rhythm of War and Golden Sun. And then I was I'll do it next month, but then I'm in Europe. Like, do I really want to be crying? So I'm like, maybe end of July, early August, we'll plan for then.
Okay. We'll hold you to it.
Yeah. Look, I do want to read but you're right. I don't want to distance myself too much because otherwise like it will have a completely different impact, I think. Or maybe not that different, but a bit of a different one.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see because the Poppy War trilogy I did read pretty much back to back. Yeah. Or like at least like within a month, very close. So yeah, I think it is best served like pretty close to one another just because there's a lot of stuff going on. Like there's a lot of things and politics and stuff to remember. And I feel like with books like that, it's like you need to just
get it done.
Keep them, keep them fresh in your mind. But those are my highs. I'm so excited about the Bone season. I'm actually like, I'm so excited. I'm so happy about it. I'm just like riding on the high because I just finished the book today, like the 5th book, The Dark Mirror. So I'm like, I'm fresh off of it. And I'm like, I'm so invigorated. The 6th book comes out, I think it's early next year, maybe March of next year.
Okay.
So I'm like, I don't have too long to wait. It'll basically be on the same pace that I've been reading all of the other books. So it's like fine.
Yeah, that's true. That's so true.
Yeah.
What did you rate this one in the end? Number 5.
A 4.5.
Wow,
a very high rating. So surprised. Pacing perfect, structure perfect. And it was one of those stories where like you never know who's allied with who, and alliances change so quickly because it feels so realistic because like everyone has a different motivation and everyone has different things they're fighting for, and because of that sometimes you can be allied with your like so-called enemy because you guys now have a common enemy or like a common thing of like, oh, we need to work together even though we're enemies because now there's a bigger enemy that we kind of have to temporarily like team up with to conquer that. But then after this happens, we might betray each other again. You know, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so exciting and so fun.
High stakes.
Yes, actual high stakes.
Yeah.
Can you tell I'm excited? Anyways, yeah, those were my highs. We can move into lows next. What were yours?
Okay, guys, like, you know how much I will always be like, I read every single Freya McFadden release. I do feel like this is biting me a little bit because I now am so used to her plot progressions that I just don't get shocked by anything anymore. And I have another friend who also reads all of her releases just because it's like, you know, it comes around and you just need to, you're like, yeah, I just am in the mood for it. And she's also having a similar reaction at the moment. I don't know whether it's just like, yeah, I don't know, but this was The Divorce by Freya McFadden. So her newer release, and it was just basically about, like, I love a suburban housewife drama mystery, don't get me wrong, love them, and she's done some really great ones. But this one kind of was that, as in dream life, and then one day her husband turns around and is like, I want a divorce, and they have a kid, they have shared custody. It's this whole situation and things. She kind of starts to go a little bit crazy, but also you're like, oh, fair enough. I would probably be a little bit crazy in that situation as well. But I just felt like this had so many plot holes. Like we had characters who were a really central role, and then suddenly they just dropped off and disappeared and had nothing to do with the rest of the story. And I was like, oh, okay. And that would be in the last, like, I don't know, 50 pages that they just disappeared. And I just feel like there was a lot of ways they could have been incorporated and a lot of other little loose ends that it could have been tied together, and it just stopped. And like we didn't get that sense of closure that we usually get in a thriller. Like, you know, those typical last 2 chapters where everything, like, it's that, oh my God, like that makes so much sense. Didn't get that moment. And I was kind of sad about that because usually that's what I can count on her for. And then, I mean, I feel like I've talked so much about some of my lows this month already, but like Summer Island, Kristen Hanna, I've talked about already. Loved it, but wanted more. Yesteryear, I loved it, but also I hated it. But also I just have like so many mixed feelings towards it. Like I genuinely, I don't know what to think. Because I have so many mixed feelings towards it, and like every time I think of that ending I'm like, yeah, it makes sense, but also
that's so funny because like I feel like we both rated Yesteryear quite high, but then we both put Yesteryear in our lows for the month. Like last month I had Yesteryear in my lows, and now this month you have it in your lows, but we both rated it like 4 or above. Like still a very highly rated book, but it's also kind of a low at the same time.
It's literally just one of those books that like I have so many emotions towards. I'm like, it also just made me so angry. Natalie made me so angry.
It's not a feel-good book.
So I feel like that's why I have like kind of more negative emotions like associated with it as well. But yeah, overall, like no super lows this month, which well, actually the
Good.
divorce wasn't great, so maybe that can be a super low. But yeah, maybe I need to give a little break to Frida.
You know what? I just came up with the term for like getting tired of Frida McFadden books. We're
Yeah.
gonna call it the Frida fatigue.
Yeah. Oh, I like it. Yeah, I've got Frida fatigue.
You've
And
got
I
Frida
love her,
fatigue.
but like,
Yeah. You're just a little tired. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's temporary, hopefully.
maybe by the time she comes out with her next book, but I'm pretty sure her next book comes out in October. So might have to wait a little bit to get into that one.
Yeah. You know what's funny? You know how Goodreads posted like the most read book so far this year on Instagram?
Yeah.
In the mystery thriller category, 5 out of the 6 books were Frida McFadden. 5 out of the 6. And the only one that wasn't Frida was My Husband's Wife by Alice Feeney. That was the only one that broke the barrier. The rest, Frida. 5 Fridas.
See, like, you've got to respect that. Like, this is a side hustle of hers, and she manages to do that.
Like, not only does she publish so much a year, but they're actually the top read books of the year as well. Like, all of them. Like, none of them are flops.
That's insane.
Yes. How much money is Frida McFadden making?
Oh my gosh, and then with the movie adaptations, we just recently got like confirmation of a second housemaid.
Oh, is there? Okay, so it is going to be full like series, like movie series.
Yeah. Which I don't know, I'm like, great, but also it was kind of the same plot, just in a different setting. So I'm not sure.
Well,
anyway, go off,
people
Frida.
like it. Yeah. People are still reading it, so people will still watch it.
Yeah. What were your lows? I'm interested.
So, kind of, I guess, running on the high that I love the Bone season now, and I'm going to continue with the Bone season. A series I'm not going to continue with, I hate to say, is Dungeon Crawler Carl. I did read up to the 5th book, The Promised Land of, remember last month? I think it was in the last monthly reading recap. I was like, I'm going to love book 5, you guys.
Yeah.
I will say some very interesting things happening in book 5, and I can see why it's so many people's favorite in the series. Like, definitely interesting things politics-wise, definitely interesting things like themes-wise, stuff with AI and stuff I think were explored, and character development I think were great, and there was definitely multiple moments of like extreme emotion that I think were pretty well done. It's just not the writing style for me. It's just not. And I think like after reading book 5 and being like, okay, I appreciate the things that are happening and where we're progressing to, I just cannot deal with another book of lit RPG of like, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to level up this, and then we're going to fight that mob, and then we're going to fight that boss, and then we're going to level up our charisma. Like, I can't. And that's okay. It's a personal thing. These books are so popular for a reason. I know. I put in a big effort.
You put in the effort.
Yeah. And the thing is, the reason I also have to stop reading these books is like, even though like as the books go on, I'm like, I respect what's happening, I'm starting to resent the books more than I'm getting enjoyment from them because they're taking up my time. And I'm just not fully loving them. So I gave it the best try I could, and at this point, I just need to stop. The thing is, I'm still invested, like, weird thing is I'm still invested in kind of the overall plot lines of our main characters. I'm like, what happens to Princess Donut? Like, what happens to some other characters that we've met along the way? And so I kind of want to know what happens, but I don't want to read the book. So it's one of those books where I'll probably look up spoiler summaries, or I'll ask a friend, like, what happened in book 6? What happened in book 7? You know, but I just don't want to go through it, like, step by step.
Fair enough.
So that's where I am with Dungeon Crawler. So I guess I could say that was kind of a low. Then one of my 2 stars this month, the lowest rated book, was The Hollow Gods by AJ Vrana, which I don't really want to like harp on too much because this is an indie author. It's also a local author. And so I think it was just not the genre for me. It was very kind of dark romance-y, very physical attraction first, and that's just not my thing. So yeah, don't want to harp on that too much. And then my last low, I think, is I've just fallen out of love with like cheesy, like super cheesy romances, I think, which is unfortunately, which is unfortunate. An example is The Shippers by Catherine Center that I read. And I normally love Catherine Center books. Like there are her books that I've enjoyed, but this one I think was just, it was a little too predictable and it was a little too cheesy and it was a little too over the top, and I just was not in the mood for that, I don't think, and I was just like not in the mood for it. So
yeah, no, I feel like you definitely have to be in when there's a romance that doesn't have much of a much emotional depth to it. It is a very particular mood you have to be in. It's almost like you're on a train and you like get slightly motion sick, but you also want to read, and so you really don't have to pay much attention. That's kind of what I get.
Slightly motion sick.
It's like, you just have to kind of
very specific.
And then put it down for a bit.
Yeah. No, it's like I was enjoying it for the first like 100 pages. It was one of those because it was so over the top, outrageous, and definitely not a book to take seriously. Like Catherine Center knew what she was doing when she was writing this book, and it was not to be taken seriously, but it's just one of those books where I get bored of it. And an example of one that worked for me this past month was actually Phoebe Berman's Gonna Lose It by Brooke Averick, because that one started out kind of similar, kind of like just a little bit silly, a little bit over the top, a little bit like, oh, I feel like I can predict everything that's happening. But then the second half took me for a whirl. Like there were things that happened that I didn't predict. We dove deeper into things. It wasn't like a picture perfect romance. And so that kind of like happy, fun rom-com I'm enjoying. But yeah, The Shippers didn't really work for me. So that was a sad one because it was anticipated, and I usually love a Catherine Center. But yeah, those were my lows. To bring it back up again though, lookaheads, looking forward tos. What are you looking forward to for next month?
So I feel like my next reading month is going to be very different because I am like traveling so much. So I've kind of intentionally set a very chill TBR. Like I have one big book on my TBR, and that's Morning Star, and I know that I want to get to that one. And I also have it physically, so it's really easy. But that's probably the only intense read. I've kind of set I feel like my theme for the month is like genre bending books. That's kind of what I've got. So I've got like, I think I mentioned a few episodes ago, Honey by Amani Thompson is one that's kind of a bit of a thriller, contemporary fiction vibe. I really want to get to like the best offer wins. I just have a lot of like books on my radar that are very, they're just kind of fun, short reads that I think are going to be entertaining. I could read anywhere. I can pick up anywhere. I can get them on my Kindle because that's going to be a big one for me. I had people asking me whenever I'm like, I'm going away. They're like, oh, how many books do you bring? And I was like, no, I can't. Like, I'm going to buy them over there. You don't, I can't. It's like I would if I could. But yeah, I think just going for like some really change of pace. I also feel like I had a really heavy fantasy sci-fi month this month. So I really am hoping to just strip it back a bit. And I feel like whilst you're on holidays, you don't need something. You don't need like a Brandon Sanderson. Like Morning Star's going to be enough, but I plan to read that like whilst I'm traveling, like on the plane. So yeah, hopefully that's a little bit easier. But yeah, everything else is just kind of easy. I also really like, I feel like my goals this month are very physical. Like I want to find cool parks and cafes, like cute little cafes to be reading in, because my partner also reads. By the way, guess what he's reading on the plane?
What?
He's reading Red Rising.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be so fun.
Crazy. So I'm going to be reading
on the adventure together.
He's going to be reading Red Rising. He was going to pick up The Poppy War. because he loves historical. But then I was like, that's a big one to read on the plane. I was like,
Yeah.
that's a big series. I'd do the Red Rising trilogy first and then reassess. Because he was like tossing up between them, and I was like, it's a little bit easier. But yeah, so I think just like going on little reading dates, finding cool areas to read in, exploring bookstores.
Oh, yes.
Excited.
Please
just
tell
stumbling
me
across
we're going to
bookstores.
have a vlog. Please.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like a Europe bookstore crawl.
Yes, please. We need it. I need it. I don't care if anyone else wants it. I want it. So please make it.
Done, easy. And I guess just exploring new authors to me, honestly, because a lot of the books on my TBR this month I've never read from. Like, they're all new authors to me. So that's always exciting as well. I also would love to get to Into the Blue this month. I think I mentioned that. I'm losing track. What episode did I mention?
Where are
it could
we?
be a spoiler for a future
It could be 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, I don't know. But my plan is to hopefully find that in a bookstore, and that can be one of the books I buy over there. And
I hope you love it. I'm kind of scared that you might not love it.
I think I will. I feel like with romances, I'm pretty easy. Or like love stories rather. Like love, not necessarily a cute little romance. But
because
I feel
like kind of ugly.
Easy to please.
It's kind of like an ugly romance. It's like an ugly love story.
I feel like
not Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. Just like
oh God, have you read that book?
Yeah, let's not go there.
You just brought back like a whole flash of memories that did not need to be there.
Sorry. I just said ugly love story, and then I was like, wait, not ugly love.
Yeah.
But like an ugly love story.
No, I think I've got high hopes. I don't see myself not enjoying it. Like, yeah, I'll keep you updated on that one though. You'll get real.
I'm kind of scared. I'm kind of nervous. That's what I'm nervous for some reason.
Me, whenever you pick up a series, like a Cassandra Clare. Like,
yeah. Text me updates if you get to it.
Yeah,
though,
you'll get real life updates. But yeah, those kind of a different month. It's been a bit of a weird month to like prep for bookish wise because I haven't traveled in a long time. So yeah,
it's gonna be so fun. It's gonna be so fun. Can't wait to see it all in videos and photos and everything.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
Yeah. Very excited. But yeah, what are your not your highs. See, I'm losing it. What are your looking forwards to?
Lookaheads. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number one, I think I mentioned this last month, but now it's really, my series roster really empty right now because I have finished a lot of series. I've like caught up in a lot of series. I've decided to not continue some series. So like I don't really have, I think I have like one series I can continue right now. So I need more. Yeah, I need more to add to the list because the rest of my series that I'm in the middle of have the next books coming out in September during the big like September release time. Yeah. So a lot of my series are just waiting for that last book that will be released in September. So I need to start new series. So that's something to look forward to. There are a couple on my radar that I think I've mentioned before, but like The Road of Bones by Demi Winters, looking forward to that. I think maybe like This Wolven Kingdom, definitely Chain of Gold. Just excited to dive into some new series. It's also, speaking of September, which will be a big new release month, this month is not actually a very big new release month. So I'm excited to have some time to actually get to my physical TBR and like not be like, I need to grab like all the new releases right now. So I think that's good. I am excited to be having like a little bit more time for myself since we're not podcasting for 3 weeks in July while Freya's gallivanting in Europe. So I'm excited to have, a little bit of extra time to read more and have some evenings and stuff. And I'm also looking forward to, now that I have officially decided to stop Dungeon Crawler Carl, I'm going to have my audio read time freeing up again, and I'm going to use my audio book time to start rereading for those September series releases that I mentioned. So stuff like Vicious and Vengeful by V. Schwab. I have already started the reread for Vicious on audio, so I can prepare for Victorious in September. And then same with like the Ninth House series by Lee Bardugo. I want to reread through audio Ninth House and Hellbent so I can be prepared for Deadbeat, which also releases in September. So yeah, I'm excited to have that audio time back because all of my audio time was being taken up by Dungeon Crawler for the past like 2 or 3 months. And I'm like, I don't want to listen to it anymore. They're great audiobooks. They're so well produced, but like I don't want to listen to them anymore.
So you've done your time.
I've done my time. I'm excited to have my ears listening to something different. So yeah, I'm excited for those audio rereads. I think they're going to be a great time. I've loved these books the first time around, so I'm sure I'll love them again. But yeah, those are my look aheads. And then I guess moving into our last little section of this episode, we always talk about new releases upcoming in the next month. So in the month of July. And I mean, I didn't have any on my list. I don't think you had any on your list. So I actually did a little research and looked up just a couple books to talk about that kind of like got my attention. And I was like, these could be interesting reads. So hopefully these interest you too. The first one is kind of a little bit of a funny one, and I'm probably not going to read it, but I wanted to bring it up because it's funny. Because it's a sports romance romantasy. And I'm probably not going to dive into it, but it sounds so fun for anyone who loves sports romance and anyone who loves like romantasy. It's called The Winged Game by Sophie Kim. This actually comes out June 30th, but I'm just including it in our July releases. Close enough. But essentially, it's there's a rugby-type magical sports game, and it's played while riding winged creatures. So that's the sport. People are saying it's kind of like Quidditch, but yeah, make it winged creatures and then add a romance plot to it. And it has all of your like what you would expect in a sports romance. Like it has fake dating, it has rivals to lovers. It's like it literally sounds like a sports romance, but like on winged creatures at a magical school. So I want someone to read this and just report back. Yeah, like I don't think I'll pick it up because I have so many just like books I really want to read. But I want someone to pick this up because it sounds like a lot of fun. It sounds like a new idea. And yeah, I want to know if it's good or not. So
talk about the first one. Making things be unique.
Right? I'm like, you know what? Honestly, I'm a little bit intrigued. I wouldn't pick up a sports romance, but because it's kind of like you play on winged creatures, maybe like kind of sounds fun. So that's one that I think will be just a fun read. The next one coming out July 7th is The Mashup by Laura Marie Myers. And this one sounds like another interesting idea. I think it's either like a contemporary fiction, maybe a bit romantic, but our protagonist is Ruby, and she is not having a very great 35th birthday. She's just gone through a breakup. Her life plans have all been ruined because of this breakup, but she makes a wish, and she finds herself waking up inside of a MASH game that she made in 7th grade. So a bit of like magical realism.
Ooh.
Right? So like, yeah, like MASH, it's like that little game that we all used to play where you like pick your house, you pick your partner, your job, what was it? What were all of them? Your like car, I think you picked.
Yeah, your life.
Your life, basically. Like how many kids you're going to have. So yeah, she wakes up and finds herself in a MASH game that she made for herself. So like that sounds like a fun, another creative concept for kind of a magical realism story. So that was great. This third one I am actually picking up because this was a Book of the Month rec for me, and I did pick it up from Book of the Month, but Everything Was Beautiful and Nothing Hurt by Ben Reeves. This also comes out July 7th. This one sounds like an emotional, like human connection one, which you guys know is like really my thing right now. So our main character is Travis. Little bit of magical realism again, because Travis is death. So he's kind of like the Grim Reaper, but he's actually just a regular guy. Like he wears t-shirts, jeans. He lives a normal life, but he kind of just shows up when people are about to die. So he shows up in the final hours of people's lives and he offers them comfort. And that's what he does. And because he does this, I think he's like kind of developed this like stoic look on death. He's had to detach himself emotionally because he faces death every single day. But then one day he meets Dahlia, who is living across the hall from him, and Dahlia is a midwife, and she also has a daughter. So as he gets to know them more, he starts like, it becomes more difficult for him to maintain this detachment that he's formed with death because they're reminding him of what's important in life. Because like Dahlia as a midwife, you know, really works with the other side of the life cycle, I guess, like works a lot with life and birth and everything. And Travis with being around death all the time, like they get to know each other. And then, yeah, he gets reminded of like what's important in life. And it sounds so good.
That actually sounds so good and kind of sad, of course.
Kind of sad.
You want to read it.
Yeah, and the title being Everything Was Beautiful and Nothing Hurt. I'm like, what do you mean? What does that mean? So yeah, I did pick this one up with Book of the Month. So this is a new release I will be partaking in. So that sounds wonderful. And then the last one is one I've already read, but The Good Parts by Evan Normandin. It's finally coming out.
I'm excited.
So, yes, July 28th. It's the amnesia trope love story that I have been talking about for like over and over and over again in many, many podcast episodes. It's happening, you guys. The book's coming out this month. So pick it up. I hope you love it. It's also another one that I'm kind of nervous for everyone to read because I feel like some people will honestly hate this book.
Oh, okay.
But I loved it. So I will defend it with my very last breath. But just like walking into it, just know it's not a happy sunshine romance.
Yeah.
It's kind of, a little bit of a messier story.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that as soon as you have the amnesia trope, like...
Yeah.
You know, I feel like that's, kind of, I would expect that. So let's hope everyone else does.
Yes. But yeah, that was the end of the new release list. Very fun.
A few good ones. A few funny ones to look forward to. Bit of a range.
I honestly like how it forced me to look up some ones that wouldn't have just like crossed my radar because we didn't have a lot of like, ones we were kind of expecting that to come out in July. So found some fun creative ones. That literally, because August isn't a big release month either.
No. I think like there's one or two at the very, very end of August.
Yeah.
And then it's just like all go from there.
All September, all October. I think, some are popping up for November too.
Yep.
It's going to be a busy end of the year in the best way.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. That's it for this monthly reading recap. Hope you enjoyed this one. Always love reflecting on our reading months and looking forward to the next ones. Everyone say goodbye to Freya. I mean, we'll still be here technically every week with episodes, but this is kind of our last like live today episode that we're recording.
Yeah, so Jamie has to, I'd say you have to say goodbye to me, but then we actually have book club. So it's kind of like a half. It's kind of like I'm saying goodbye for no reason at this point. But
it's like a soft goodbye. Everyone say, have fun, Freya. We'll see her in 3 weeks. And we'll have a big catch up.
Debrief. Of course.
Debrief.
Yeah.
We'll note
everything down. I'm very excited for that. It'll be like my motivation to get home.
Yes. Yeah. Everyone say, have fun, Freya. We love you. We miss you. Come back. In the comments, please. I would love to see those comments.
And then they'll be like, wait, but there's a video next week with her.
Yeah. But there's no actual break. Yeah. Anyways, we're losing it. We're starting to ramble. We need to cut ourselves off. So if you guys are still here listening to the end, thanks for listening wherever you are in the world or whatever time zone you're in.
Until next time, stay comfy and keep reading.
Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on socials for more bookish content.
Bye. See you next week.
Yeah.